Hi all, like guys, you're watching Chasing Dreams. So today episode we have a very special personality. I would say he's a wildlife photographer and he has been into a lot of finals in photography contests in terms of wildlife. And we have none other than Brahmanand in our show. So happy to have you, mate. How are you doing?
Thank you so much for having me. I'm doing very good, and thank you so much for inviting me.
Thank you. Thanks for coming on to our show. And we feel happy and excited to have you since you're going to decode and tell us about how wildlife photography is. And I hope many people are like searching towards this career. And thanks a lot for coming on to the show. So first off, I just wanted to know how into wildlife photography.
Sorry?
How into wildlife photography?
Okay. I think it all started back when I was a kid. I used to travel a lot in Kenya. I used to go to lots of national parks here, and I think my connection to a safari, it started at that point of time.
Awesome.
So I've always
So
been interested. How, yeah,
yeah, I hear your break in your voice.
I'm
Yes,
sorry.
please.
Is it
Yes,
audible
please. You can
now?
speak. Yeah, I
Yeah.
do hear
So
your voice.
7 years ago, we went on a school trip, to a forest reserve in India. And that's when I saw my teacher with a DSLR camera. And, it looked so fancy. It looked so cool that, when I saw it, I knew I wanted one. So I think that's when my interest in photography started. And, the whole concept of having a camera, a lens, and then, shooting wildlife, it really fascinated me. And in the same year, I again, got my first camera. And that was the start
What
for
was that?
wildlife
What
photography.
was that camera?
It was a Canon 60D and a 7300 lens. So it was quite basic for a beginner, but I really enjoyed because I've used that setup for about more than 5 to 6 years.
That's awesome. How do you feel like when you see wildlife, like lions and like cheetahs and all those you see in a regular basis, right? So how does it feel to you?
It's really surreal. Like, the feeling actually can't be described. I think every person should experience it themselves. But still, if I had to say that, every time I see a wild animal, I pinch myself because I can't believe this is real. Being in their habitat, getting to witness them doing everything that they do, it's just mind blowing.
Aren't you scared of these animals? So like, don't they come and harm you as such? Like people are scared of this aspect as well.
Okay, so this question I think is the most asked question. So no, there's nothing to be I never feel threatened around wild animals. And the main thing that people should understand is that if you respect wildlife, the wildlife will respect you as well. So every time you're on a safari, you should know, how close you should get. You should know that, you should merely be an observer and your presence shouldn't bother the wildlife at all. So if you do this, then I don't think you'll have any problem.
Yes, well said. Give respect to the nature that gives back to you. And
True.
like so when we could see your pictures and your profile and all those, we go excited and fascinated. Oh, this guy is living his dream, and it's like that, right? But what is the behind the scenes that happens and the struggles that you come across in order to build something like this?
Okay, so I'd say that I haven't faced, as many struggles as any other person would have, because I think the main problem in wildlife photography is funding, because it can get expensive so many times because you have to pay for your gear, you have to pay for your trips that you take. But at every point of time, uh, in my experience as a wildlife photographer, my family has always been with me and they've always supported me. So be it going on a safari or be it the gears that I have, my family has always supported me in that matter. In that matter, so I wouldn't say that I've faced as many struggles as another wildlife photographer would have because of these reasons.
Okay, but since we get money and all those, like we get funded, but the skill, that is what that sets apart, right? So how would you learn your skill, and like photography is something new to you, right? So how did you build something of this sort that you're currently doing?
Right. So, uh, yeah, it's very, see, wildlife photographers, there's so many photographers today. And, if you want to stand out, if you want to be heard, you really have to be unique. So over the past 1 year, I've been in Kenya, and it's given me an incredible opportunity to grow in terms of photography because, I could go and visit these parks much often than I used to before. And I also got an opportunity to go on a safari with two professional wildlife photographers, and they taught me a lot about photography. And it helped me improve my skills and build, the portfolio that you see today on my Instagram.
Okay, perfect. So if I like I'm a newbie and I wanted to get into photography, as you said, these trips and then the equipments you have is all like seems like pretty expensive stuff that we see from like as a common people. If I wanted to do, how can I kickstart it?
Okay, so basically, when you ask yourself which camera do you want to get or which gear do you want to get, the answer to that question is the gear that you can afford, right? So today I may say that, I can afford this camera, but the best camera may be, costing me like 2 lakhs or something. But the camera that's in my budget is the best camera for me. So I think anyone who wants to enter the profession, or just, as a hobby, you want to start, don't think a lot about the gear. It's about the concepts of photography. It's about getting your settings right, getting, a good composition. That's what matters. So don't break your head on the gear part. Just go with whatever gear you can afford. And after that, spend a lot of time understanding what photography is.
Perfect, perfect, Brahman, and it's so nice to hear. Like everybody, I feel like they see for wildlife photographers and they go like, "Oh my God, he has an expensive gear, that big lens. It costs so much. Like I can't get into this." And I have seen people shooting through mobile phones, even an iPhone, and they create an impact in like the social media and they scale up. So it's nice to hear from you, like just come with what you have and you can exactly as you told
Sure.
the the composition and the frames that you told, that makes the difference a lot rather than the equipment. So please guys, so please kickstart doing what you love, and wildlife photography is developing a lot, and we will hear from Brahmanan how you can explore these careers in different directions. But right now we have another episode, it's called the rapid fire. Are you ready for it, Brahmanan?
Sure.
Okay, so let me shoot my question and be ready to click from your side, okay? What is your unforgettable experience in the wild?
Well, it's
Online.
definitely on my recent safari when I saw a leopard climb a tree, early morning, and I could get a silhouette shot of it. I've always dreamt of getting a silhouette of a leopard climbing a tree, and I think that is the most, my beautiful memory till now.
Super. Your favorite photographer, wildlife photographer?
Well, there are many. To name a few, it will be Varun Aditya, Thomas Vijaya, Nisha Purushottaman, Parit Shah, and the list goes on actually.
Nice. One picture you are yet to take that you have in your mind.
Well, I've dreamt of getting a shot of leopards mating.
Mating. Okay. Sounds interesting. You got to be in the wild and stay for the moment for a very long time. They are very sneaky, right? So
Right,
yes,
yeah.
your
Very
favorite
elusive.
animal.
It's very hard to see leopards. Leopard.
Leopard. Okay, you're so fascinated towards leopard. Okay. Uh, in land, in ocean, and in sky, what would be? Leopard in the land, in ocean, and in the sky?
I think it would be the blue whale in the ocean, and in the sky, well, I think it would be an eagle.
Eagle. Super. I share two of the same as you, blue whale and eagle. I love it. I love them. Okay. One documentary that you would like to tell wildlife photographers upcoming or like already people are been there? What would be that documentary that you would suggest people to watch?
Well, there is one documentary that I really loved. It was by Claus TAJ. You can find him on YouTube, and that's definitely a documentary you don't want to miss.
Okay. We actually see you. You aren't scared of a lot of things since you be in the wild and like a Tarzan kind of a stuff. So what are you scared of then?
Well, I'm scared of spiders, to be honest.
Spider. Okay, nice. Okay. Best camera that you would suggest for a beginner to have? One camera? Can you name it?
Oh, well, one camera. I think it again depends on the budget, but if I just have to generally say, then you can go for the Canon 77D, or if you would like to go for a full frame, then you can even go for the Canon 5D.
Hello?
Hello, you can hear me?
Yes, yes, I do. You were saying Nikon 77D, is it?
No, I said Canon 77D,
And
or
okay,
in case you want to go for a full frame, then you can even go for the Canon 5D Mark IV.
okay. I'm zero in camera, so sorry. I don't know whether Nikon and Canon and all those. Okay. What lens would you suggest people to get in terms of wildlife capturing good stuff like up close or like of that sort?
Yeah, so in wildlife photography, any focal length between 200 to 400 will do you good justice. So you can start with 200,
Okay.
300.
Perfect.
They will all do wonders.
Okay. Three characteristics that describe Brahmanand.
Okay, patience, brave, and determined.
Oh, perfect. Uh, then I have a like small segment inside a rapid fire. So I'll give you a word and you must say what it means to you, like in a sentence. Okay.
Okay, okay.
Photography,
Life. Photography is life.
adventure,
Adventure is smoothing to the soul, soothing to the soul.
okay, wildlife,
Wildlife is very fascinating.
frames,
Frames. uh, the best frame is always yet to come.
oh my god, that was a smasher actually. I loved it. Life,
Sorry?
life,
Life. Well, life is full of exploring, so never stop. And, if you have a gut feeling, then always go with it.
failure.
Failure is a part, and failure will definitely one day lead you to success. So never get disheartened by it, but still keep on trying for what you want to do.
Success.
So you will always have dreamt of success, but once you get it, don't let success get into the way of your further journey, and stay humble.
Beautiful. Happiness.
Happiness, I think for me is happiness is connected to wildlife and photography.
Superb. So I have bombarded with a few rapid fire questions a lot to you, but you answered it correctly. So you have completed this segment of rapid fire. Awesome, mate.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Thank you. You are very fast as you click pictures in the wild. Very sharp as well.
Thank you,
Okay,
thank you.
so let's get into few other questions that people would have in mind. So
Hmm.
you or anybody who wants to come in, they become a wildlife photographers. Okay, so in order to take it as a career and lead, start to earn money or monetize in whatever way you wanted to put it. So what all service that you can offer and
Hmm.
like sustain it and keep doing it?
Okay, so there are quite a few ways in which a wildlife photographer can earn money. One of the ways
Okay,
is to sell your images as prints, right?
okay,
So you can, whatever pictures that you take, you can edit them and you can sell them as a print. So that is one way. The other way is you can photography, you can lead tours. So let's say I go to Masai Mara quite often, right? So if you're a photographer and if there's a place that you've visited many times, then you can lead safaris to that place and you can call in guests and you can charge them and you can show them the place around and maybe even teach them photography. And another way to earn is maybe through a book. You can write a book with all
okay.
your pictures in it. So these are the different ways I think a photographer can earn. But however, by listening to other photographers, I've always heard that, of course, everything is difficult in the start, but if you keep on doing it, then success isn't far.
Yes, exactly. Let's smash it, guys. Just go for it. Okay. What has wildlife taught you, Brahmanan? Like, it is a different feeling or like something that goes inside everybody who experiences this sort of like adventures, right? So, what it has taught you?
So I think the main thing wildlife photography has taught me is patience because I know that if you come into wildlife photography you cannot be impatient. You cannot come at a sighting and just go away in 15 minutes or something. I know on my recent trip we've waited 3.5 hours to get one shot of the leopard climb the tree. In another instant, we've had dry mornings with no sightings at all. But then, we were still determined to find the animal we were looking for, and we spent 8 hours just to find that one animal. So patience is something that is definitely required, and wildlife has really taught me that. Wildlife photography has really taught me that. Um, Patience, very important.
Okay. So, how would you rate your life from 1 to 10 with regards to the satisfaction level?
Satisfaction level, well, I'd say I'd say maybe 6 or 7 because there's still a lot I want to do. But I'm really, really happy about what's happening right now, and I really appreciate everything that's happened in my life till now, and I'm very grateful for it. So I'd say 6 right now.
Superb. Hopefully you give yourself a 10 and I hope to have you in my show at that point as well. So I always say my
Definitely.
guest if they rate little low than 9, I say them this. So for sure you're going to come to my show and tell Karthik, see I've smashed 10. I'm so happy at the moment. Okay, what would you like to tell to people who are chasing their own dreams, not in terms of wildlife photography as such, like any dreams?
Okay. So I think it would be to be consistent in your efforts. A lot of people, including me at one point of time in my life, I told myself that I can't do this anymore. It's getting too tiring, and I cannot see any results, and maybe I should just quit. So let me tell you in terms of my page. So what happened was I started this account back in 2018, and at that point of time, I don't think my photography was as good as it is right now. So, I
Okay.
used to post pictures regularly and I went on, interacting and doing everything that I should do. So I went for about, I think three to 4 months. And after that, I just stopped because I told myself that, it's getting too much and, I cannot see anything happening. But, this year again, at the start of last year in 2020, I started my account like posting again and being active. And I can clearly see the results right now. So if I hadn't started back, I would have never seen what my account is. That is one example I'd like to give. You don't know when you're going to see your results. It may be just the next day. So never stop, keep giving your efforts.
Beautiful. Yes. What's your ultimate goal in life, Brahmanan?
My ultimate goal in life, I'd say, difficult. Um, in terms of photography or in general?
Anything in general also you can say.
Right. I just want to lead a good, healthy, and a happy life. And, as much as time as much, I just want to spend maximum amount of time in nature, photographing the wild. So anything that can fuel my passion, or maybe one day I'll be able to monetize my photography in the best way possible and, lead a good life.
Yes, simple and best. Hopefully you attain this whatever you said now, and thanks a lot for sharing your story and like very honest answer, and we can understand what you have come across till now. And I wish you all the best. And from chasing dreams dream, we wish you all the best. And please keep doing it and never stop exploring.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Karthik, and thank you so much for inviting me. It's really an honor to be on your show.
I'm honored to have you and seeing you fly high like you like the favorite bird of yours, eagle. Thank
Thank
you,
you. Thank you.
thanks a lot, and bye bye.
Bye.